Prepare for college football here on ESPN. Colossal breaking news from our Adam Schefter. The Dallas Cowboys are trading linebacker Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers, who have already reached terms on a 4-year, $188 million contract, $120 million of which are guaranteed. Parsons becomes the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. Sam Acho, your reaction?
Green Bay is in a win-now mentality. You have a 26-year-old outside linebacker who had 52.5 sacks in his first 4 years, combined with Rashawn Gary on the other side, who also was a dominant 27-year-old pass rusher. And then on the offensive side of the ball, Jordan Love, 26 years old as well. Young talent, win now, great move for the Green Bay Packers.
This certainly puts the Packers in contention now for a Super Bowl or a long run throughout the playoffs. But for the Dallas Cowboys, I just can't understand how you make this trade. I mean, this guy is a benchmark in your franchise. I understand you pay CeeDee Lamb, you pay Dak Prescott. Those guys can put up points. But this is a bookend guy. Like, you don't get rid of that. I think you said 52 sacks. How do you trade that away?
If you're in that Dallas locker room and it's a Cowboys roster that is has to be thought of in the conversation in the NFC, what message does it send when you trade away your best player?
I think the biggest message is no matter how great you play, sometimes the value doesn't always show up. You know, that's kind of how I would take it as a former player. Like, how do you not, first off, how do you not get the deal done earlier in the summer? So this isn't a distraction deep into almost now September as the season's beginning here in a week. So that would be my biggest thing. As great as you play, look, anybody can be had at this point. Anybody can technically be cut and let go from this team.
Yeah, if I'm a player in that locker room, I'm looking at Jerry Jones like, dude, what are you doing and why?
Yeah.
Like, we have one of the best players, best young players in the entire game, yet you're trading him away when we have an opportunity to win. And so if I'm in that locker room now and I'm looking and I'm seeing what's happening, I'm extremely frustrated if I'm a Dallas Cowboy.
And we're waiting to get the particulars on what Green Bay is giving up. It's got to be a fortune in return. It would have to be multiple first-round picks. Yeah. I'm reminded of when Green Bay got Reggie White in the prime of his career. It's a Packers team, Sam, that is going for it.
And that's what some of the conversation has been. You think about some of the playoff caliber teams that could have traded for Micah Parsons, and Green Bay was the first team on that list. There are other teams that maybe could have used them, but they're not in a win-now mentality. And talk about the impact that Reggie White was able to make. I think some people think that Micah Parsons could have maybe not the same level of impact, but very similar.
Yeah. It's just, I'm still kind of flabbergasted, if I'm being honest with you. I just did not expect this to happen. I thought at some point, once you saw T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett, these guys get paid throughout the offseason, you thought maybe Micah was the next guy in line. Just didn't happen there in Dallas.
I will say this. There was conversation of people saying, okay, someone's going to call Micah Parsons bluff.
Right.
Micah Parsons wasn't bluffing. His agent, David Mulugeta, wasn't bluffing as well.
To say the very least, Adam Schefter had the breaking news on this colossal deal involving the best linebacker in the NFL. Adam, what more can you tell us?
Kevin, this is a huge, mammoth-sized blockbuster trade that just went down within the last hour. The Dallas Cowboys are trading Micah Parsons, a 4-time Pro Bowl selection who's had over 12 sacks in each of his first 4 seasons, to the Green Bay Packers in exchange for 2 first-round draft picks and defensive tackle Kenny Clark. The deal has been made. Micah Parsons is being paid in Green Bay. Week 4 of the season, we have the Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers, and the Dallas Mavericks made one of the big blockbuster trades in the NBA back in February, only to be followed up by the Dallas Cowboys in August, trading away another young cornerstone piece that they had made no progress on with a new contract, that there were no negotiations in recent months. Jerry Jones was disappointed in the fact that he felt like he had an agreement in late March with Micah Parsons that would pay him $40.5 million a year on average. The two sides never negotiated after that. Micah Parsons never practiced this summer. He had back tightness that he went to get a second opinion on in California, and there were people who said that Micah Parsons didn't have leverage, but his agent David Mulugeta did have leverage. He had the leverage of Parsons' talents in talking to other teams, and the Packers were highly interested all along, so much so that they were willing to pay him more than any other non-quarterback in NFL history ever has been made. And we have another blockbuster trade 1 week from when the Dallas Cowboys will be playing the Philadelphia Eagles 1 week from tonight on Thursday Night Football. There is a trade that has sent ripples across the National Football League.
Adam Schefter, incredible work breaking the news. The Dallas Cowboys trading away the best linebacker in the NFL. That saga is over. and the second guessing in Dallas begins. Much more on that throughout the course of the night. We've got college football coming your way right now, Boise State and USF. With Tom Luganbill and Harry Lyles, we say hello to Matt Berry.
You're watching Kickoff Week.
15 minutes ago, the Dallas Cowboys are trading linebacker Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers. The Pack have already reached terms on a 4-year, $188 million extension. $120 million is guaranteed. Parsons is now the highest paid non-quarterback in the history of the NFL. Major news, Micah Parsons, a Green Bay Packer tonight. No Group of 5 team had a better season last season than Boise State, but few teams, period, are able to say that they put together the year that Maddox, Madsen, and the Bronx did. Maddox, we appreciate the time here before the game. All due respect to everybody that's currently in that running back room, but what's it like for you turning around and not seeing Ashton in that backfield?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's tough. Like, that's the best player in college football, but I've got a lot of confidence in those guys. Those guys are awesome, so.
So, Maddox, for you as a quarterback, and with all the success that you had last year, you did a great job of protecting the football. How do you parlay that success from 2024 into here in 2025?
Yeah, I think it's just carrying the momentum, doing the things that I do. Like you said, not turn the ball over, making smart decisions, because at the end of the day, that's what a lot of football games come down to. So if we can keep the ball in our hands, we'll be just fine.
Maddox, you talked about having a chip on your shoulder. You said you've had that chip on your shoulder since the 4th grade. What happened in the 4th grade? Who was counting you out all the way back then?
I mean, I started playing DN really all the way up until high school. I thought I was going to be a defensive back, linebacker, I don't even know. So that's really what it is, but I always wanted to play quarterback. I love throwing the ball. I grew up a baseball family, and I think that's where it kind of comes from a little bit.
Maddox, we're going to talk about that in just a minute here. We've got this incredible access with you on the field before the game. What are some things you like to do right now leading up to game time?
You know, I think I got to be locked in. I've got a process I've had for a couple years now. Throw the ball around a little bit, spark my body, but other than that, it's not anything too crazy.
So, Maddox, I've never been to Boise, Idaho, but I can imagine it's a little bit more humid there in South Florida. How have you and your team prepared to deal with that humidity?
Yeah, we've had several days that we've been in a hot, humid indoor. We were training out late afternoons when it was hot in Boise, trying to simulate the sun. But other than that, I mean, that's really all you can do at this point. It's very different, but I wouldn't say we're not prepared for it, that's for sure.
Maddox, you said earlier that you're excited to not have Ashton Jeanty per se because you get a chance to spread the ball out a little bit more and not be so one-dimensional. Who are you most excited to throw the ball to tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of playmakers, but I've been able to be good with Latrell Caples, Chris Marshall, Lauder, all those guys, really. There's a lot of new guys I want to see get touches, so that's my job to get those guys the ball.
Maddox Jeter Madsen, you're one of 6 kids, but if you're even a baseball fan a little bit, those names mean something. Tell us how mom and dad arrived at your name and your siblings' names.
I really got no idea. I think they all kind of, my older brother's name is Mickey, and then they kind of stuck with it after that one.
Now, Maddox, your head coach, Spencer Danielson, one of the better coaches out there in the country. You know, what type of leadership and culture does he bring to your football team?
Yeah, he brings a lot. I mean, I talk about it all the time. When you get a guy that people want to play for him, that goes a long way, and I feel like that's his whole team. And he's a player's coach, that's for sure. He asks us what we want to do, and we kind of say exactly what we want to do, and he allows us to do that, so that's awesome.
Well, a number 25 ranking to start the season off a tremendous year a season ago. Maddox Madsen, thanks so much for the time. Good health this season.
Thank you guys so much.
Meantime, the all-new ESPN app is here, and for the